Agency owners, what's going on? This is Kevin Marcus Miller. We got some good agency talk for y'all today. So I got two incredible business owners, fabulous ladies here on the show today. This is going to be a treat for those of you who already know about what it takes to build a team, hiring the right VA. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Jeanne Willson and Kirsten Graham.
Hi, thanks for having us, Kevin. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
You need the sound. You need the sound that has,
I do, right? For sure. 100%, 100%. So curveball question, ladies, right off the gate, because I like to keep it fresh. Pancakes or waffles?
For me, it would definitely be waffles.
Okay.
I would say waffles too, but they have to be my Aunt Agnes's waffles. They're amazing.
Homemade. Are those like brunch? Is that brunch or late night? Late night waffle.
Ooh, no, we used to have them for breakfast with a big pile of ice cream on it, vanilla ice cream.
Ooh. Okay. That's the first time somebody said that. Right on. Well, ladies, for those who do not know, you guys own a virtual assistance agency, and we've talked about this on Agency Talk before. I used to have a VA agency, and it was like one of my first business ventures. And for me, full transparency, it was too time consuming, especially being in and out of the hospital as a cardiac arrest survivor. So that's the real reason I shut it down, right? Yes, I could have kept it going, but it was too time consuming given my heart condition. For you two, you're still going strong. So talk to me about why you're helping people hire better staff and what's your unique spin on it.
Oh, okay. So I spent 20 plus years in real estate, and Jeannie spent her entire career in marketing. And when she started her business, we just happened to know each other through my mortgage company. Perfect. And I'd offered to mentor her. And so this was back, I mean, I don't know if you remember this, when Facebook pages first came out.
Ooh, nope, I don't remember that.
Like, you're a baby, like you were probably in diapers or something, I don't know. So this was like 100 years ago. And we did a focus group to find out what local businesses knew about blogging and Facebook and LinkedIn. Gotcha. And email marketing, because those were the four things, back then that were really kind of new to local businesses. And so Jeannie kind of shifted her agency, her marketing agency, from doing more like rec cards and websites and business cards to helping clients, leverage email marketing and get onto social media and start to understand how that works.
I see.
And then her business kind of took off. And so I said, hey, I read this book called The 4-Hour Work Week.
Yes.
Overseas.
Yes.
And I had a full staff. In my mortgage company, I had a full staff. And in my title company, I had a full staff. So she said yes. And like, remember, I read a book. And this is before Zoom. This is before a lot of the things that made it easy. So we went on this adventure to hire people who could do website design and development, people who could help create social media content, people who could set up a fan page, set up a LinkedIn account, that kind of thing. So it was, a long time ago. And it just really turned out that if it could be done wrong, we did it wrong, right? Like, we made every mistake and probably more than once, but I think we're just so stupid and stubborn, we didn't give up.
Same. I'm too stupid and stubborn.
Yeah. So we kind of ended up building like a virtual team for her agency.
I see.
And I kind of phased out of real estate in 2013 and started coaching.
Why is that? That strikes me as unique. Why would you phase out of real estate? Break that down.
Well, we survived through 2008, obviously, but okay. I was exhausted. Like, I felt like I'd just been through the ringer, and I was just tired. We survived, but we weren't thriving, that's for sure. And my mom was terminally ill with cancer. And so I went on vacation in September, and I just decided, like, I'm done. And I came back, asked everyone to be in the office on Monday. I came in bawling my eyes out and said, like, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. And they were kind of like, thank God, we're ready to go do other things too.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Ain't that something?
Yeah. So we shut it down. And then I got to spend the next 6 months with my mother in Virginia. And that's where I lived at the time. And then when she passed away, I ended up moving to Florida with the guy I was with at the time. So I'm in Florida. And Jeannie and I had, in that time frame, we had also become good friends.
I see.
And we really had started talking about, with me coaching, because I was already coaching while I still was in the mortgage business. So that coaching just kind of took over. And one of the things we talked about is how many small business owners don't market. Like, they're not marketing. And sometimes it's like they can't afford an agency. So there's just a lot of different reasons to it. So we decided to help our clients learn how to hire what we refer to as a marketing virtual assistant. And so we're very clear on what the virtual assistant does for our clients, which is video editing, creating social media posts, email marketing, blogging. They can help lay out landing pages, set up courses in a portal, all the things that you need a graphic designer and a video editor for. And so we're not like an agency that has tons of different virtual assistants. You really come to us if you really, really want to finally use video for your business. Like you want to get on YouTube and you want to have video on TikTok and Instagram and LinkedIn. Like if you're ready to go deep on video marketing, we're the place to come. And so it's evolved. Like Jeanne, it's kind of been an evolution, I guess. We didn't end up here overnight, that's for sure.
Yeah, Jeanne, how's it feel on your end? I mean, you've been, you were kind of taken past, kidnapped on the ride, and now here you are, right? But for you, what does it feel like being in the? You're kind of in the driver's seat now, yeah?
Well, a little bit, yeah. No, Kirsten's always in the driver's seat.
she's always navigating and telling me where to go, what to do.
Okay, backseat driver. Okay.
No, we're in the boat, and I'm steering in the back.
There it is.
So, yeah, it's been amazing just to watch like marketing in general evolve. Yeah. And following, how everything has changed, and now, trying to educate people on, video, because every platform favors video. And I know so many people are afraid of it, but there's so many ways to make it run smoothly. It may never become completely natural like you, but you can get out there and, it's just the best way to showcase your expertise. It really is.
Right. 100%. You can only say so much, through copywriting. People are going to, someone wrote that for you, right? They're not going to connect the same, right?
Yeah. 100%. We try to make it, being business owners ourselves for so many years, we try to make the whole process something they don't have to really think about. Like we've written the whole, from start to finish, who does what and when, and really, the business owner only has to be involved in the initial recording of a video, and then the VA takes over from there.
Right.
And for you, approving and signing off on the content.
Yeah. Of course, in the process, right? So did you guys create a whole system to support the client so that they're not having to freestyle? Well, what do I have them do, and how do I manage them? Right, because that was definitely part of my problem. Was like,
Jeanne gives them marching orders and every step, direction, everything you do is nailed down. Yeah, it's funny because we're very different people as far as like our strengths. We really complement each other, except when we're trying to write copy together, and then we argue like two 6-year-olds. So other than writing sales copy, we do really well. So she's, because she had her marketing agency, she started creating the SOPs and the workflows and the structure around managing her team.
Love it.
And then we were able to kind of keep improving it and changing it and getting it to the point where, it's really ideal. I feel like most entrepreneurs are more like me, like the attention span of a gnat, and not necessarily great with structure. And so Jeanne will put something together and she'll come to me and say, well, what do you think of this? And I'm like, not to be mean, but you got to dumb it down. Like that doesn't work for my brain. It's too fast. So we've got to, let's try to do this. So everything that we have done as far as the structure has been it's really Jeanne. She's the genius behind that.
Love it.
But we've had people say to us like, and remember this, like nobody wants SOPs. Right?
Let's talk about that. Hold on a second, because I remember I had a client one time. And I gave him, I was like, I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna give you my personal SOPs. Not only did they never look at them, but they never understood the value of how that would even help them.
Right.
No matter how many times I got on Zoom with them, showed them, screen shared it, because that's not how they run their business.
Right.
They freestyle everything.
Right.
It's like, okay, I'm in the office, and then okay, then I'm gonna do this, and then that's not how they operate. And so when you have clients like that, right? Are you selling to them the end result of what the video is gonna do for their sales, or the end result of the time they're gonna get back? Which is more important to somebody like that?
So both. Right. So first of all, what you describe when you talk about a person who won't run their business with structure is you're talking about a person who's always in startup phase. Right. And I feel like there's a huge misconception in our culture right now, which is start a business and then scale it. You can't scale a business until you systemized it, right? So if you have not systemized your business, you cannot scale it. And so I feel like that's really important, but it's not something that most people know how to do. It's not something, it's not exciting, like creating a new product or a new service, or, you know, jumping on sales calls, or even marketing. So people don't know that it's the key to really growing a bigger business. It's the key to having a bigger team. It's the difference in having a 6-figure business and a 7-8-figure business. Exactly. Yeah. And so, so we really focus on the two things. We feel like we have two clients. They're all in the service industry. But some of them are like really busy. Like their businesses have gotten bigger, so they're busy, but they also see the value of creating more content because they know that they can take their business to the next level. So these are people who already have some people working for them, but now they're really ready to dig in. They've gotten to do a little bit of video. They love it and they want to move forward. So for them, it's about time. And
their core values have to be aligned too, right? Because if their core value is I don't want to be on video and I never want to be on video and my business doesn't need video, there's nothing you can really do for that person.
No, not at all. And then the other client is someone who is probably newer in their business, like, you know, or they've been in their business for a while. They're just not rolling in the dough, so to speak. So for them, it is about making money. And when you think about inbound marketing, which is what this is, like, you know, YouTube is evergreen. So you create a video one time and it's working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for years to come. That's amazing. But then when you break up that video and you can use it on social media, you know, if you have a bigger audience on social media, you can get people DMing you right away. So it can start bringing in money quickly if you already have an audience. If you have to build an audience because you don't have an audience anywhere, it's like anything else. It's just going to take time. But just like if you went out and started, you know, networking locally, it's going to take a little bit of time. So we try to really be realistic with people about what is going to happen and how it's going to grow their business. But yeah, we hear back to the SOPs really quickly, which really surprised me. We've heard so many people say to us, I would have paid the full price of what I paid you for the whole program just for these. But once they understand them, they're like, holy cow. And then they're able to take and create all kinds of SOPs based on the ones that we've showed them how to use with their virtual assistant. So that for us was that kind of blew my mind. We weren't expecting it. Right. And so, yeah, I'll let Jeanne jump in. I talk a lot.
You're fine. Ain't nobody tripping. Jeanne, question for you. Actually, I'm really curious about this. So you decided to be on video, and I've seen some of your videos.
Why? I did what on video?
You like to start, like you've been starting to build on video, right?
Yes.
Yes. Is it because you want to have a big personal brand like an Alex Hormozi, like that level of personal brand, or is it only for the inbound for you personally?
For me personally, the videos that I do are more teaching, like tutorial videos. I love to teach people what I know. It's so fun for me. So, you know, we've got a lot of Canva tutorials because most of, you know, all of our clients are business owners. So everybody, you know, uses Canva. So I'm perfectly happy to sit in front of a computer and record my screen, do all of that.
Got you.
So, yeah.
Got you. Yeah. I think that's another thing we talk a lot about, especially these newer agency owners watching. They think that the business brand, right, is more important than the personal brand. And if you really think about what happened in the pandemic, all of the people with massive personal brands succeeded way more so than the people with these, oh, I got this 7-figure coaching business. No one knows the name of that business. They know the coach.
Yeah.
Right.
They know the Tim Ferriss. They know the Tony Robbins. And the personal brand is really dragging, right, and is leverage and dragging the business brand with it.
Yeah. Right? You're so right. And it's so funny because it used to be the opposite.
It used to be the opposite.
Yep. It was all about your business. Tell everybody what your business name is. Tell them to go to your website, learn about your business. And then, you know, it's like you said during COVID and the influx of social, and, you know, it's definitely more personal brand.
Exactly.
So I'm a big fan of sticking my face out on video, but, you know, gotta be brave. Gotta be brave like everybody else and get out there and do it.
I like your videos. That's so.
Oh, you're sweet.
Thank you, my friend. So as we wrap up today, ladies, I really want to ask you this a little bit deeper question here, because I would get this question a lot when I had my VA agency, and I think you two did a beautiful job of making sure that people get the value, right? One of the things I noticed is people would say, if I'm going to hire a VA, why don't I just do it myself? Because I know it's going to be better if I do it.
I say if that's your mindset, that's exactly what you should do. There's no need in me arguing with you, because again, if that's your mindset, you're not ready to take your business to the next level. And I'm not being mean. There's nothing wrong with being there. We have all been there, right? We've all been, and to be honest, there's still parts of our business where we probably are still there, right? Because there's always additional things you can leverage and outsource. But I heard this the other day, and it's funny how it connected, which was, when you have a job, like you're the employee and you're giving your time away for a paycheck. So the business is leveraging you to build a business, right? When you're an employee, you're a leverage for that company. But when we start businesses, we don't really realize that if we're the only employee, we're not leveraging the most valuable asset out there, which is other people's time, right? And the beauty of it is for us is like, a lot of our clients, again, they may not be great with tech. They may not love, all the things that Jeanne loves. They might be a little bit more like me. But what happens is when they get to see that you're hiring a virtual assistant who loves video editing and they love graphic designing and they're just so amazing. And I always say, look, I don't have to know how to write a screenplay, record a screenplay, edit a screenplay to tell you if I like or dislike a movie, right?
Right.
So it's the same thing. I can watch a video and tell you, oh, I like that B-roll, or that image isn't really right for our brand or whatever. So I can coach someone on what I want my creatives to look like without having to do it. And once you realize that the people who are doing those tasks, not only can they do them better than you, they can do them faster than you. They love doing them. And in a lot of cases, we don't love doing them. So that's the first thing we talk about, is getting rid of things that you don't love doing and have someone else do it, and have faith that you can be a really good manager, a really good boss, and give them instruction on what to do. And I always tell you, I've never logged into my Canva account. I couldn't edit a video if my life depended on it. Wow. But I have no problems coaching someone else on what I want.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
Actually, I've got a great one.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
If you don't have a VA, you are the VA.
Woo! That's right. It's true, right?
Woo. Yes. Oh, I like that one. I'm going to put that in the comments.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So we always say this is our sign off we do here. I'm going to have you fill in the blank. It's my favorite thing. Okay. I love marketing because.
Oh, I thought we were going to say how much we loved you, Kevin.
Oh, thank you. Fill in the blank. I love marketing because.
I love marketing because it builds a relationship, right? So if I can't be in front of you in person, which I've never met you in person, but through having conversations via Zoom, I can get to know you. It's the same thing when you're creating video content, or even when you're writing social media posts. It gives people opportunity to connect with you and start the relationship. So when we put the content out there, we're inviting the relationship. When someone starts watching our content, then they're kind of engaging in the relationship. And then when they reach out to us, then we can actually move forward in the relationship. And it's so crazy to me to get on sales calls and people are quoting what we say in our videos. Like, it's like, oh, I don't remember saying that, but okay. For me, it's about relationships. Marketing is all about relationships, especially inbound marketing.
Excellent. Love it. Ladies.
Well, guys, let's see what Jeanne thinks. We might have a different answer.
Yeah. Actually,
people confuse us, but we are two people. We promise.
You guys are twins.
Sometimes people confuse us, and that's fine. I've always loved marketing. I love everything about marketing. I love the visual of marketing. I love the relationship part of marketing. I love talking to people and about, how we can help them, or talking about just how, what their next steps are. I just love helping small business owners. I think maybe I came from a corporate background.
Yep.
And that was very structured, and I was so mad. Why do I have to sit in this chair if all my work's done? What's the point of that? So I wanted the freedom that, but I needed help. And that's where Kirsten came in, because I didn't know how to expand.
It's so cool, by the way. I gotta say that you were the mentor and you still working that. You don't see that every day. And I love it.
Well, Jeanne has clients in her agency that she's had for a decade, and I have coaching clients I've had for over a decade.
Wow.
Yeah. So since we're friends and we have a partnership now in the business, which is awesome. But Yeah, I think that the cool thing about being in like marketing and coaching is it does build long-term relationships. And I think that's cool for the people here that have agencies. If you really get in a great relationship with your clients, then they're going to stay with you for a very, very long time.
Yeah, you build that trust with them.
100%.
They trust you to guide them to grow. Right. And that's what we do. It's fun.
Ladies, thank you for blessing me with your presence today. This was a great episode. I know a lot of people are going to get game today. If you don't have a VA, you're tripping. So I'm gonna put all the links in the comments here. Go ahead and reach out. Their team will get in touch with you. Okay, you guys know my core value. I talk about this all the time. My core value, my number one core value about everything is extreme ownership. Okay, so if you're going to request these ladies' time, you need to respect their time. Okay, don't come with the oh well, I don't want to pay $100 and my mindset's broken. No. Come correct. You're gonna get that results. Okay. Thank y'all.
We appreciate you so much. We appreciate
Thank y'all.